Welcome back, my adoring public, to more Trails of Cold Steel 2. Pharaoh Fiasco here. So, in between this episode and the last one, I did go ahead and was able to get my hands on a Laura clear save, I guess. Thanks, Crimson Striker. But, we got all of that. It's apparently you get the bonus that you get is a little different depending on how high leveled you are, so this doesn't very accurately reflect exactly how Cold Steel ended for me, but it's close enough. Talk to Baron Schwarzer. All of the Empire's major cities are under the control of the Noble Alliance now. They've been so focused on those, they haven't had the time to deal with the frontier regions like ours. Thankfully, this means that Ymir hasn't felt the full impact of the Civil War. I just can't believe the war happened while Reen was asleep. Or it got underway, I guess. It does seem that way. I was relieved to see how little's changed. A nice snowfall's the only real difference compared to my last visit. By the way, I see you chose not to join the Noble Alliance. Is everything alright on that front? Well, I've never wanted anything to do with the Noble faction to begin with. There's always a chance they'll try and invite me to join, but I'm confident I can talk my way out of it. I'm a little concerned that I can't get in touch with Viscount Arseed, however. You can't? This guy... Another fight that we couldn't really win. Did something happen over in Legram? Or maybe even the Courageous? I'm afraid I couldn't tell you, but it's Viscount Arseed we're talking about. He'll be fine. Regardless, I'm just trying to make sure that we're well prepared for anything. Especially since our duties have expanded to sheltering Her Highness. That's true. The Alliance already has His Majesty and the Crown Prince, so it's safe to assume they want Princess Elfin as well. Dad, let me know if there's anything I can do to make your job easier. I'm more than happy to help. Of course, I'm sure I'll be counting on you in the days to come. Still, start with trying not to rush things. You shouldn't have to jump to thinking you need to shoulder more than your fair share of responsibility. There's only so much burden that one person can bear. Do you think I'm shouldering too much? Admittedly, those are Master Kafai's words and not mine, but they get across what I want to say well enough. And whether I think it or not, this is a good chance for you to get some well-earned rest. I want you to make the most of it, alright? Sure. Thanks, Dad. Huh. Well, alright then. Oh, let's talk to him again really quickly. I haven't been able to contact Master Kafai either, but he's never been one to concern himself with worldly affairs. I doubt he's in any trouble. Just focus on yourself for the time being. So Master Kafai is out just doing whatever Master Kafai's do. There is someone over here. Thank you, Minnie. Oh, I think whoever's down... Okay, they're below us then. Huh. Interesting. Oh, Elise's room. A picture of her and Reen, and then a picture of her parents. Wow. A little bare, but I can deal with that. So now who's down here? No one. The same two pictures. Oh, also a picture of, Elise. Wow. There's a drama CD, I think. I read, or someone either mentioned it or I read it somewhere. There's a drama CD about the time spent in Ymir that I should be checking out at some point. Wow, that smells delicious. Wait a sec. Is that pheasant stew? Your very favorite. Your father said that he wanted you to have a nourishing dinner, so he went and caught one himself. Really? I'll be sure to thank him later. Speaking of food, you've got a lot going on here. It smells amazing. Well, the circumstances may not be ideal, but it's been too long since we last dined together as a family. And ever since Her Highness arrived, it's been so lively that I feel like I've gained a second daughter. Times like these are when a mother has to put her best foot forward, don't you think? You really are the perfect mother. Even in times like these, you're right here, ready to warmly welcome us home with open arms. I can't see that ever changing. If only I were half as good a son as you are a mom. Yeah. Aw. Mom? Is something wrong? That's not true at all. When I had no idea what was going on with you or your sister, I worried myself sick. At times, it felt as though my chest was going to burst from it all. But believing that you two would come back to me safely was the key to keeping myself together. With that in mind, I could focus instead on getting this house ready to welcome you both home. Mom? Whatever doubts you may have about your place in this family, as long as you're here, in this house, you're our son. If you're ever feeling down or afraid, you can always find comfort in my arms. And then, once you've found the strength to keep going, you can pick things back up right where you left them. Thanks, Mom. I actually feel a lot better now. Well, look forward to dinner tonight. And make sure you work up a good appetite for it, alright? No worries there. Cool. So his parents are pretty cool people, though. Not that I expected anything else. When all's said and done, I'm just happy that you've come back home to me, and I'm certainly not alone. Many of the villagers came to check on you and brought gifts too. Now I have plenty of new ingredients to work with. I hope you're ready for a hearty meal, Reen. But was there Toval's probably in here somewhere too? No, he is not. No AP. Huh. Okay, and that's the quick turn or whatever. Won't be using that too much, but Ymir, the hot springs paradise. So, whereas Legram was really misty, Ymir is really snowy. Oh, they've got a dog? Bado. I'm home, Bado. Being welcomed back by you really makes me feel like I'm home again. Bado is a huge dog, though. It's the Schwarzer family stable. No? No horses or anything like that we can take a look at? I mean, they've got a trowel feed, so... Okay, at least in Celine, nobody mentioned how weird it was that Celine could talk. Like, no one batted an eye.
Oh, here you are, Elise. I wasn't expecting to find the two of you together.
Well, it's quite cold outside, so I thought I'd come and give Celine some warm milk.
She's more diligent about that than we were.
I keep telling her that she doesn't need to go out of her way for me, but she won't listen. The steam here is plenty to keep me warm. Oh no, that wouldn't do at all.
No one thinks this is weird.
You saved my brother's life. At least allow me to try and make your stay here in Ymir a comfortable one.
Celine saved my life?
I mean, yeah, the whole business with the Great Knights? Or Divine Knights?
And when exactly did this happen?
I told her nothing of the sort. I keep trying to tell her it's not true, but she won't believe a word I say. Is something the matter?
Nope, not a thing.
Rena's like, okay.
I'd really rather you didn't act like I saved his life, though. Besides, if anything, I should be the one who owes you. What do you mean? Nothing. Forget I said anything.
That's interesting.
The milk's cooled down a little now, so I'm going to have some. Thank you.
At least she's just... That's okay, though, because I'm not sure what anyone's talking about
Thinking
either.
back on it, didn't Elise later say she spotted a cat when she went into the old schoolhouse?
Oh man, that was forever ago. Did she see Celine? Huh. Oh. That business.
That better not have been who I think it is.
Don't give me that look. I wouldn't have let her in there if I didn't think it was safe, you know?
So she thought that Elise could be the awakener of the Ashen Knight then?
I was desperate. You just had such a half-hearted reaction to that door, so I started getting impatient and...
She did think Elise could awaken it.
I can't believe you. She could have...
She wasn't in any danger, honestly. The Guardian in there was designed not to attack people unrelated to the trial. It didn't touch her even when she was right in front of it, right? That's proof enough.
Wait, so if Elise is unrelated to the trial, then why does she bring her there, or lead her there?
I'm sorry, okay? I never should have done it to begin with. Emma's lectured me over and over about it, too.
You're sorry? You...
I'm not sure why you're whispering to one another, but regardless, I want you to know how much I appreciate what you did.
Isn't that extremely rude, too?
Like I said before, I want to make your stay a comfortable one. Whatever you need, please don't hesitate to ask. It's okay, really. And, sorry. Why are you sorry?
Oh, does Elise not realize this is the same black cat she saw?
Well, she does genuinely seem to regret what she did. And Elise didn't come to any harm. I guess I'll let her off this time.
But it's weird. If Elise was unrelated to the trial, then why lead her there in the first place if she couldn't awaken Valimar?
I really do have one amazing little sister.
One amazing little sister that we're hoping to see use that sword at some point.
Compared to her, I'm...
Oh, you can now view the character tab in your notebook. Naturally, this section allows you to view details on various people you meet throughout the story. As you view specific events and get to know someone on a more personal level, the information you've learned will be added to their section of the notebook. Huh. Character notebook updated. I'm not sure what you have to apologize for, especially after what you've done for Reen. But regardless, please do tell me if I can do anything to make your time here more pleasant. You don't need to go out of your way for me, really. It's kind of entertaining to watch her squirm from all of Elise's attention. I brought you some sardines, too. Master Kafai gave them to us last time he was here, so I'd hate to see them go to waste. Interesting. This is the last thing I need. And now where are... Ymir Valley 1, Ymir or Valley's Echo Tavern, the Phoenix Wings. Sounds like you can get some good food there. Let's head up here first. Maybe learn a recipe? You never know. Doesn't look like there's anything for us to inspect out here though, so... Unless... It's the Phoenix Wings storehouse. There are various kinds of equipment inside. Ha! Oh well. This looks kind of like, yeah, if we could see... There is an upper balcony we can see. It looks kind of like where we first met Duke Cayenne. Master Reen, you finally awakened. I'm so very relieved to see it. I was terribly worried about you. Thanks for your concern, Mr. Baggins. Although I prefer if you didn't call me Master Reen all the time. Perhaps so, but you will always be Master Reen to me. A lot has happened here since the war began. But this inn was graciously granted to us by the Imperial family. We can't allow anything to dampen our spirits. You know as well as anyone the value of these walls. Please, do come by whenever you are in need of relaxation. Of course. Can we bust into the rooms? Ordinarily, I would have recommended you use the springs, but I'm afraid they are currently being cleaned. I hope you'll be able to return once cleaning is finished. The hot springs of Ymir are the perfect remedy for exhaustion. I do have to admit, 60 FPS is kind of pretty. Oh, come on. Good day, and welcome to the Fiend... Wait, Reenie? Reenie? What are you doing up already? I was gonna come and look in on you. Get your butt back into bed. You'd think me being up would be something to be happy about. Well, it's nice to know how much you care in any case. Aw, come on. I mean, after all the training you did with Master Kafai, I figured it'd take more than that to kill you. And then you got to go and train in an academy in the city. Why couldn't I go too? I've never even had the chance to leave this village. Are you talking to me or at me? You're even younger than me. It's not fair! You could have at least brought me a souvenir or 5 back. It's like I never left home. I'm planning on building up experience working here and then getting a job at a top-class hotel in the city one day. With years of experience working at the Phoenix Wings under my belt, I'll be able to get a job wherever I want. I'm not quite there yet, but I'll get there. I just need to follow Purple's example. She's a real veteran. What do you think? Brilliant plan, huh? None of her brilliant plans have ever worked in the past, but I suppose I won't dampen her enthusiasm. So Purple... Oh, it looks like the baths are being cleaned at the moment. Guess I'll have to swing by later. So I'm guessing Purple was that maid that we saw walking around up here. There she is. What's up, Purple? As soon as I can get close to you. I'm relieved to see you awake, Master Rean. Welcome to the Phoenix Wings. You're always welcome here, of course. But I'm sure you knew that. Thanks. I'm glad to see that everyone here is the same as always. This has always been a peaceful village, after all. We've no intention of changing that anytime soon. Lord and Lady Schwarzer and even Lady Elise have been doing all that they can to keep things that way. So please, you take it easy and focus on recovering. Thank you. I will. Princess Elfin staying here is motivating for us too. Part of me can't help but worry that she's forcing all that boundless energy of hers, though. She's so kind. It wouldn't surprise me to learn she's trying to hide her concerns for our sake. But it's a shame she feels it's part of her duty to be that way as a member of the Imperial family. We all want to help her. So Elfin's in one of these... Not one of these rooms. These are all empty. The sitting area... It doesn't... Okay, so Elfin's in this room then. Probably... Oh, no. Can we get some food here? Oh, it's you, Rean. Your color's not looking half bad. If you were looking any worse, I was gonna have you drink some of the new vegetable juice I've been concocting. I'm perfectly fine without, thank you. How many new recipes have you made since I've been away? My creativity is infinite, Rean. I'm always striving to make the finest dishes in the land. You were brushing up on your own cooking skills at the academy, weren't you? Yeah, my classmates and I were cooking for ourselves at one point. Wait a sec, where'd my recipe book go? Did you lose it? I guess so. I had all kinds of different recipes written down, too. Well, you went out of your way to come and see me. I suppose this is the least I can do. Take this. Received recipe book. Golden. Is this a new recipe book? It's a spare I had lying around, so go ahead and use it. I know how much it hurts to start from scratch again, so I threw in a recipe to try. Here are some ingredients, too. Received the recipe for salty onigiri. Received coarse rock salt ×3 and assorted grains ×3. This is what Elise often used to bring me while I was training. Are you sure it's okay for me to just take these? Absolutely. I'm happy to see that you came to understand the joys of cooking while you were at the academy. And besides, taking the time to enjoy cooking should help to lift your spirits somewhat. It's a simple recipe, so why not go and make it with your family? Thank you very much then. Gold, you can now view the recipe tab in your notebook. In this tab, you can use the recipes and ingredients you have to make food items. Some recipes are received directly from people, while others are obtained by using certain items. Yep. Great, unique, great, good, average, bad. Huh. A whole brand spanking new slew of recipes, which is all good. But that should be it for us at Phoenix Wings. Dang, gonna have to really get used to... Wait. Order of the Phoenix Wings medals. Huh. It's probably for some other stuff that we haven't gotten. Well, it's definitely for some other stuff that hasn't really been explained to us just yet. That's... Oh! Who's the dude in the purple suit? This guy, station employee Luke. Reen, you're up! Hey Luke, sorry for worrying you. But as you can see, I'm perfectly fine now. Are you sure? You always say you're fine, even when you're not. I can go and ask Lisa for some medicine if you need it. Well, I guess I do feel a little dizzy. That's probably more from sleeping too much, though. I mean, I slept inside the Divine Night for a whole month and all. Talk about getting your beauty sleep. I've been hearing about the Divine Night since you came back, but it still blows my mind that it actually exists. Whatever. The point is, take it easy, okay? Elise isn't the only one happy to see you back home. Thanks. That means a lot to me. This is the cable car station that connects Ymir with the bottom of the mountain. I don't need to use it now. So, I guess there's a whole huge pathway you've got to walk down otherwise. Hey there, Elf. Oh, Reen, you're awake! You doing okay? Like, are you sure you shouldn't be getting more rest? Don't worry, I'm feeling just fine. You look like you're working hard. Are you helping out at the shop today too? Yep, it's the least I can do. Can't grow up to be a real man if I don't do my part once in a while. That's what Master Yun told me anyway. And he's right. I'm gonna work as hard as I can so I can grow up to be a real man. Kiki always gives me this weird look when I say that to her, though. I see they haven't changed a bit. So is Kiki gonna be like his older sister or a little girl around town? She looks like Kiki. Camilla, nope. Oh, hello there. You won't believe who's been coming in here lately. Well, maybe you will, but none other than Princess Alphen herself. She's the sweetest little thing. The way she looks at you, her smile. Is she gonna notice that Reen's back in town? I wish I could just hug her and squeeze her and never let go! Well, they don't call her one of the country's greatest treasures for nothing, I guess. They certainly don't. Don't you worry, we'll keep her safe as can be. She really seems to be making herself at home here. That's good to know. Princess Alphen seems to have a lot of free time lately, so she sometimes comes in to look at all of our products. It always makes me so happy when she does. I wonder if I'll get to see her again today. What does she have? Puppy watch. A small watch with a puppy on it. Part of a set. So is this like the cat stuff? We're too broke to afford it though. We're actually too broke to afford most stuff. Force emblem. Prevents stat down. Proxy puppet. Wow, we are really freaking broke, dude. Let's get 2 battle scopes. Nope. The rest of this stuff... Oh! Imperial Chronicle 1. And the first chapter of Gambler Jack. Probably gonna regret not getting some of those later, but... we don't really know what we're gonna be up against, so... let's see what this guy's doing. Hey, I'm glad you came over. Whew. You've been the talk of the town ever since you came back. I'm just sorry I had to come back home under these circumstances. Sounds like everyone was pretty worried about me. How's the shop been? I can't imagine it's been all that easy running it with the war going on. You've got that right. Getting goods in has been a real nightmare lately. I'm getting enough in for everyone in the village though, so don't you worry. You caught me right in the middle of taking stock, actually. If you've got any shopping to do, can you come back later? Sorry. Oh, of course. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I appreciate that. Taking stock always reminds me just how much weird stuff we've got in here thanks to the wife. I see nothing's changed in that regard. Yeah, she's still easily caught up in the latest trends. I don't mind so much when it's stuff we can actually sell, but there's plenty here that no sane person would ever buy. Oh well, better get this stuff sorted and my next order planned. We can only order once a week now. Can't miss the chance. Dang, those suppliers are a little more difficult to come across thanks to this war that's going on. Ymir Chapel. Can't forget our worship of the almighty goddess Adios. Wait, what was that? Enter footbath? This footbath sure brings back memories. And as tempting as taking a dip sounds, I should probably save it for some other time. Oh. Wow. So I'm assuming, like, there's probably going to be a return visit here, and doing that is probably going to recharge our CP if it works anything like Hot Springs have in SC. Ymir Chapel. Oh, there's Alphen.
She's praying so intently.
For the safety of her brother and her people, probably.
Thinking about it, she must be even more distressed right now than I am.
Why, hello, Reen! You're looking rather well today. Much better than you were yesterday, at any rate.
I feel loads better, actually. Thanks. How about you? Are you managing all right here? I'm guessing life in a tiny village like this is harder than you're used to.
It really seems like she's making the most of it, though, so...
If there's anything I can do to make things easier for you, though, don't hesitate to let me know.
Oh, not at all. I've been simply loving my stay here. The scenery is stunning. The hot springs are oh so soothing. To say nothing of your mother's spectacular cooking. I'm having the time of my life here. I almost envy Elise for growing up in such a wonderful place.
I'm happy to hear you say that. Still.
Yeah. She should, like, I don't know, it's probably not healthy, like, not showing, well, I'm sure privately with Elise, she voices her concerns, but, like, not out in the open where everybody can hear, I guess.
On top of all that, I was able to reunite with you here. Oh, and meet a mysterious talking cat, too. Not everyone gets to do that now, do they?
Okay, so she did have some sort of reaction to Celine, then.
I still haven't had the pleasure of meeting that Ashen Knight of yours, however. Perhaps I might have the chance once he wakes up? I suppose I can dream.
I mean, meeting Valimar for the first time would be kind of impressive, but everyone's talking about him like he's a person.
Well...
Okay. Green's... He really like... Well, I guess he doesn't like doing that. That's just like his default big brother thing.
I realize I'm the last person who has any right to say this, but there's no need to force yourself to bottle everything up and put on a brave face. I know how worried I am about my classmates, so I can only imagine how you must feel.
There it is.
I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be royalty. I shouldn't be getting all worked up about something like this, but
I mean, your country is in the middle of a war right now. But I guess you can't be falling all over yourself, like, constantly, but every once in a while is okay.
Just thinking of what my family must be going through is just too much to bear. Cedric and I, we had a fight on the morning it all happened. I was planning to make up with him that evening, but
I'm sure that is all complete water under the bridge by now.
I'm sure he won't hold that against you. You'll be able to make up with him next time you see him. I'm sure that'll be sooner than you think, too. But in the meantime, there's no need to force yourself to seem like being apart from them isn't bothering you. Royalty or not, no one would blame you for being worried or upset. And every single one of us here wants to do what we can to help you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a good big brother.
I'm fine now. I hope I don't sound ungrateful, but I think you should be spending more time with Elise rather than me.
There's always room for more little sisters.
This is your first chance in a while to spend some quality time together. I'd hate to take that away from her.
Why? I mean, it's true that she's a little more dependent on me than you'd expect for a girl her age. But that doesn't mean she needs me hovering around her all the time. Then again, she did seem more shaken up than usual.
I know if either of my brothers disappeared for a whole month, I don't know, I think I'd be attached at the hip to him for a little bit.
Maybe you're right. I should try and cheer her up while I still can.
That's not exactly what I meant. Oh, this is so difficult on a fair maiden's heart, I hope you know.
You know what? We're running a pure affair here, okay? There's none of that royalty shenanigans going on, Princess Alphen.
You're just making me wish you were my brother all the more.
Oh, okay. I don't know what she...
Why?
Yeah, I'm not sure what she means by that. I have to say, though, I'm really glad I had the opportunity to visit Ymir. Oliver came here himself some time ago, and ever since then, I've wanted to see it for myself. Not to mention the fact that it's given us the chance to really get to know one another without any pretensions. Oh, that's the first I'd heard of Prince Oliver coming here. Though I guess it makes sense, knowing that the Phoenix Wings was built as a gift from the Imperial family. From what I remember, it was just before he left for Liberl 2 years ago. He couldn't stop talking about how much he was looking forward to the hot springs. Back then, he wasn't quite as popular as he is now, so he was apparently able to do it without anyone recognizing him. No wonder I don't remember it. Back then, I wasn't in Ymir much thanks to my 8 Leaves training. Such a shame. I can only imagine how close we might be today if you'd been able to make his acquaintance back then. Glad to see she's back to her usual self. Yeah, Alphen's gonna be alright. Oh. Father Bernard, I hear you were kind enough to come and see me last night, Father. I just wanted to come thank you for that. Think nothing of it, Reen. I'll always do my best to aid you however I can. You'll always be a pupil of mine, after all. Okay, so Reen went to Sunday school here then. I'm simply relieved to see you're still well. A lot seems to have happened to you in these past 2 months. Yeah, you could say that. He really has helped me in more ways than I can count. Helping me to study for exams, giving advice when I needed it. Sometimes I feel like I'm relying on him too much, but he's so smart and helpful that I end up doing it anyway. I can see you're quite the lost lamb at the moment, Reen. But hurrying to find a way forward is not the best course of action. First, you should reflect on yourself and your surroundings. Yes, Father, he's probably right. I need to take this chance to cool my head and think about this. Huh. That humanoid that carried you to the Isengard range is called a Divine Knight, yes? I'm surprised we're talking about this so openly, but whatever. I cannot pretend to know much about it, but it seems to me that it links itself with the spirit of its pilot. That seems to be the most logical way to explain how you were heavily injured without any obvious physical signs as to how. Regardless, now is a time for rest and relaxation. Visible or not, your wounds still need time to fully heal. It's good to see you again, Lisa. This is Lisa. No Kiki yet, though. Oh, Reen, it's good to see you too. I was so worried about you after hearing that you vanished over in Trista. You and Luke have always been like little brothers to me. Little brothers who are going to make me go prematurely gray. Sorry. Don't you think I might be a bit too old to be a little brother, though? Just like there's always room for more little sisters, there are always room for more little brothers. Age has nothing to do with it. I still have plenty that I want to ask you, but that can wait for another time. Right now, I'm happy to have you back. Please, take this chance to rest and recover from all you've been through. She really is the epitome of a perfect older sister. Kindness can be in always looking out for everyone. It's funny how nostalgic it feels to have her caring for me like this. It wasn't that long ago I was last here. Now that you're finally safely back with us, that's one load off my mind. I'm still concerned about Princess Alphen, though. She comes here to pray every single day. Not that praying that frequently is a bad thing, of course, but it's clear she bears quite a heavy burden at the moment. I can't take that burden away from her, but I intend to do all that I can to support her. I wonder if there are any atheists, and there has to be at least one, but man, considering how things happen for one particular heathen, I guess they don't really take too kindly to that sort of thing. Yeah, it was a little salty, all things considered. Okay. Oh, Echo Tavern. Valley's Echo. Here's Toval. That's Kiki. I'm cleaning up the plates. Grandpa asked me to. Morning, Kiki. Everything still the same here in the tavern? Yep, sure is. Moritz tried to give up drinking. He didn't even last a week. He's a failure of a man. Crap, dude. They raised him tough up in Ymir, dude. I'm glad to see she's doing well, but her tongue's sure gotten sharper, and it was sharp enough before. I guess there is one thing different. We've got a weird noble lady staying here now. She went out fishing earlier. I don't know how she can be laid back enough to fish in the middle of a war. Alphen is not fishing, she's praying. There might be somebody else there then. Well, hey there, if it ain't Reen. Glad to see you, glad to have you back home. You all better now? Yeah, I'm fine now. I must have just been exhausted. I take it everything's fine with you too? I see your habit of spending the day drinking is still intact at least. I'm just having a few drinks to celebrate your return home, that's all. Besides, not a whole lot of work for a woodcutter like me to do in the middle of winter. I'm always here if you need me to make you anything though. Might not be as good a carpenter as Gizmo, but I'm close. Thanks. I'll let you know if I ever need anything. Most of the country's been taken over by the Alliance now. We're pretty much isolated from the world below us. Nobody really seems all that concerned about the country being occupied, but whatever. Maybe it's for the better we are though. It sure makes it easier to shelter you and Her Highness here. We've even got Toval helping out too. So you just take this chance to get some rest. This is the best place to do it. And speaking of, well, let's talk to Gerald first. You're finally up, Reen. Good to see. Between going missing for a month and ending up on the Alliance's wanted list, you had us worried, young man. I'm sorry about that. I feel awful. Reen's a wanted man? Nah, don't be. We're just glad you're alright. Here, take a couple of these from me. You can enjoy them with Elise later. Received fluffy pancake times too. Thank you. It feels like it's been forever since I last had the chance to enjoy your cooking. You may not look the type, but I'm always amazed by how well he makes this stuff. I remember when he used to give Elise and me sweet things all the time after we came home from Sunday school. Good times. Not much has changed since the last time you were here. Your father patrols more, but that's about it. The bracelet on my right's been helping us a lot too. He's been a big help since he got here. A real considerate kid for his age. He's really outdone himself by bringing you home safely though. Gonna have to treat him to a coffee for that one. What is he, selling? Tricolor onigiri. I mean, we're at exactly $0 or 0 mira, but hey, that works. We're still collecting interest on
Crow. You've come to thank
mira.
me for saving your butt again? Save it. I'm just glad I made it in time.
Whoops.
Princess Alphen and that sister of yours are the ones you should be talking to. You were on their minds this whole time.
I want to know more about what's going on with this dude being here, though.
Yeah, I can tell. I really do appreciate you coming for me, though. I was pretty far out from town, so I didn't think anyone would find me. Just goes to show what bracers can do, I guess.
Yeah, and don't you forget it, Reen.
About that.
Oh, this doesn't sound like it's gonna lead into anything good.
I wasn't actually the one who found you.
You weren't?
2 days ago, I got a call out of nowhere on my Arcus. They gave me this crazy amount of detail on exactly where to find you, then they just hung up. Didn't even say who they were.
And so the mysteries begin piling up.
I figured it couldn't hurt to go take a look. And sure enough, there you were.
That's strange.
It's more than strange, it's suspicious.
I wonder who it was.
Wish I could tell you. I couldn't even recognize their voice. Nah, that's not really true. It was kind of familiar. Maybe. Whatever. No use dwelling on it.
The only person I can really think would be Crow, but Crow was trying to kill Reen the last time we saw him, so I've got no clue.
Right now, we've got bigger problems to tackle than mystery callers. There's the war, for starters.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Have you and the rest of the guild been doing much?
Well, we've been trying. We're pretty limited on what we can do. Partly because we've all been split up since the war broke out.
And there's not much of a guild in Erebonia in the first place, is there?
I don't even know if any of the others in Erebonia are okay. Sarah included.
It sounds like things have gotten even more serious since I was away.
Sure has. Not even regular civilians have been able to escape being affected by it.
That's war for you.
As it stands, the Noble Alliance has the overwhelming advantage, but the Imperial Army's showing no signs of surrendering to them, particularly in a few regions across the country.
I'm sure those regions involve Legram and Albarea.
I see.
Oh, and another thing you might hear.
Or wherever Eustace is from. I don't think he's from Albarea. That's just his last name.
We've been getting reports of a few Jaeger Corps taking part in the war too. Even members of Ouroboros.
Hey, I actually recognize what that is now. Wonder if Sharon's doing anything. This guy and that chick.
Ouroboros. That secret society?
It's not so secret, is it? But I guess I just figured that Azure Abyss was like Ouroboros version 2. Or is Azure Abyss like against Ouroboros or part of it or what? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out.
That's the one. Jaegers being employed here in Erebonia is nothing new, but there's way more of them here these days. As for Ouroboros, they're probably just trying to stir up trouble of their own. It's what they do best. Then there's the fact that Erebonia isn't the only place with problems right now. Crossbell's full of them too.
Fingers crossed, dude. I'm really hoping that those games get fully translated into English before it's time for me to play them. Like, there are fans translations that are, one of them is completely near completion. I think that's for the first one, and the second one, someone said it was 60% done. I don't know, dude. After Tokyo Mirage Sessions, they just reaffirmed how much I prefer dubs in my JRPGs.
There's so much to freak out about these days. It could drive you insane.
And it does seem like being a bracer is a really stressful, like, line of work, dude.
Sorry, you've got enough on your plate without me dumping all this on you, huh? Try saving all those bad thoughts you got piling up for another day, okay? You need to focus on relaxing. You can decide what you want to do after that.
Sure. Thanks, Toval. You're probably right. You're just a fountain of good advice, huh?
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy.
I've just got a few years worth of life experience on you, that's all.
Yeah, life experience we found out all about.
Oh, and while I'm giving you good advice, why not take a dip in the hot springs?
We tried.
Could be a nice way to clear your head.
It probably would. Hasn't let me down before. Maybe I should pay a visit to the Phoenix Wings later.
Okay. Is there anyone potentially... I keep pressing that because I'm trying to get to this. But it looks like there is no one else here. That's fine, though. The only other place... There's only one other place we've really got to check out after this. And it's... What is it? Ymir Valley 1. Yep. We'll go ahead and save just to make sure that we don't get, like, blindsided by anything wild. Wait, how do we get there? Dang. Here we go. We got to cross over this way. Oh, they built snow... A snow cat and a snow... skeleton thing? It had kind of a stylized bone face or whatever. Ymir Valley 1. Okay. So we're definitely going to be able to get into a few fights here. Yep. Oh, she's going to probably be our fishing tutorial. Is this that same chick we encountered last game? Alright, let's see how many little dastardly fishies I can catch today. I wasn't expecting to find someone fishing here. Not like there are a whole lot of monsters here, though, so she should be safe if she doesn't stray too far. And just who might you be? I think this is that runaway royal or runaway noble lady. I seem to recall meeting her during one of our field studies. Oh, I recognize you. You're one of the Thor students who helped me a number of months ago, yes? It's lovely to see you again. Nice to see you again, too. Looks like I was right. Sorry for disturbing you. Oh, there's no need to apologize. Actually, since you are a student of Thor's, you wouldn't happen to know a young man named Kenneth, would you? He's the lake noble, right? He was also obsessed with fishing. weren't they due to get married or something? Kenneth? I do actually. He's in the Imperial Fishing Club. That's the guy! That's wonderful news! Perhaps you might know where I could find him as well? I'm sorry, I'm afraid I've got no idea. Really? That's not so wonderful. So, you know him too? Indeed. When the war first broke out, we fled Trista together. But on the way, he told me that he had something that he needed to take care of and asked me to go on alone. He promised to meet me here in Ymir, but there's been no sign of him since. That's unfortunate. Oh, so this is the noble lady that Kiki was referring to then. Not that I believe anything untoward could possibly have happened to him, of course. After all, there is nothing in this world that can crush the spirit of us anglers. When it comes to survival, even soldiers can't hold a candle to us. Right. That said, you're looking a little glum. At times like these, there's nothing like a spot of fishing to cheer you up. If you know Kenneth, it's only fair for me to assume you're a fan of fishing too. I am, in fact. Kenneth even gave me a title. Black Angler, I think? I'm fairly certain Black Angler is also the rank I achieved in my own playthrough, so... I don't have my fishing gear with me anymore, though. Did he now? He must be quite the skilled fisherman. In that case, please take these. Received fishing book. Received feather rod. Received ground bait ×3. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. Kenneth left me in charge of some of his fishing gear. He instructed me to give them away if I were to cross paths with any promising fellow fishing enthusiasts. So go on, they're rightfully yours. That sounds like Kenneth, alright. Thank you very much. And since we've got your new notebook open, I've taken the liberty of writing down your current title to help you keep track. You'll begin as a bronze angler, judged by the same standards as any professional. Aim for the top and become a fishing god. I've plenty of prizes you can exchange your angler points for, so beyond being pure bloody fun, fishing should prove worth your while. I'll try and do some when I've got the chance then. Alright, so we can fish once more now. You have obtained a fishing book. You can fish by inspecting a fishing point by pressing the A button. Fishing points are found in bodies of water all over Erebonia. Records of the fish that you have caught can be viewed under the fishing tab in your notebook. Cool. Talking to Annabelle this time will allow you to exchange your points for items.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
We could probably fish here. Oh, it's even got a neat little icon now. Well, I guess the icon is new. But we're gonna go ahead, pick things back up, probably get into another fight. That's all gonna be next time though, so definitely join me then for more Trails of Cold Steel 2. Bye for now, guys.